Oh, dearie me, Chloe. Whatever are we going to do with you? I see you missed another one of our mother's meetings. I thought I made it clear you were definitely to show up this time. Why do you seem totally incapable of listening to a word I say?
I'm sorry, Karen, but like I mentioned before, I'm not going to have many chances to attend your mom's meetings from now on.
Excuse me?
Don't get me wrong. I'm really grateful for the invites, but I just started working full-time at a new company. I'm pretty sure I told you all this before, right? Your mom's meetings and tea parties are always held during the week, so there's just no way I'm going to be able to make them. I get that you want me to come, and I'm really appreciative of that. But at the end of the day, I have bills to pay. And if I skipped work to spend time with you guys, well, put it this way, I wouldn't have a job for very long. You do get where I'm coming from, right? It's not because I don't want to see you guys.
Get a load of this nonsense. Wait, you think you're special because you have a full-time job? Oh, I get it. You think you're better than me and the other moms, don't you?
No. Like, seriously, it's not like that at all.
Fine, I see how it is. So you're the type of woman who looks down her nose at stay-at-home housewives and temporary agency or part-time workers like me and the girls, are you?
Whoa. What the hell? How do you work that one out? No, it's not like that at all. You've got this all wrong. You know what? If that's what you think of me, then I'd rather we just terminated this relationship right here. That goes for the rest of the moms.
What did you just say? How dare you? You have no right to do that.
Our kids are all going to end up at different schools due to us all living in different school districts when they move up to elementary school. So we probably stop hanging out then anyway.
What kind of twisted backflip logic is that? To think I so kindly went out of my way to invite you. And this is how you repay me? With nothing but a bad attitude and disrespect? This is a slap in the face. Who the hell do you think you are?
In any case, I have a long business trip coming up. So it'd be literally impossible for me to make it to your get-togethers even if I wanted to. Would you mind leaving me alone from now on? Thanks, Karen. Goodbye.
Hello, Chloe. I heard your dad runs a high-end burger restaurant in the posh part of town. Well, I have a suggestion. Let's hold our next mother's meeting at your daddy's restaurant. How does that sound? With this, you can make up for not showing up to our past meetings in one fell swoop. Even if you are nothing but pathetic corporate livestock who spends her days slaving away in a cubicle while thinking she's better than everyone else. Me and the other moms can't turn down an offer of free burgers at one of the most luxurious burger joints in all of New York. A stroke of genius, if I do say so myself. As for the reservation at the restaurant, don't worry. I already booked us in. I knew that if I left it to you, you'd probably try to pull some pathetic stunt to get out of it. Oh, and by the way, it's tonight! I took the liberty of renting out the entire restaurant. So prepare for the luxury burger party of a lifetime. The reservation's at 6 p.m., so you better damn well show up this time. I invited a lot of people, so my reputation's on the line here. That's right, you're going to be there at 6 p.m. pronto, ready to entertain me and the other moms as the daughter of the restaurant owner. Naturally, you'll be paying for everything. Hello, Chloe. It's already way past 6 p.m., but you're nowhere to be seen. You can't seriously be telling me you're not coming to this one either. God damn it, Chloe! I went out of my way to make sure this party was held at a time you could definitely make. You can't use work as an excuse to get out of it this time. Not only that, but I even booked the party at your dad's restaurant, so you'd have no trouble finding the place. And you still have the nerve not to show up? Chloe, you've taken this friendship group for granted one too many times. I am livid. You won't get away with this. Is this what you wanted? Even if me and you did stop seeing each other due to living in different school districts, that doesn't mean you'd never see any of the kids from our mother's group again. Some of the girls' kids would still be in your children's classes. You do understand what I'm saying here, don't you? If you do, I suggest you get your ass to this restaurant pronto. But even if you don't, me and the girls fully intend to order every single burger on the menu. And all on your dime. You do know how much I love getting my lips around a thick, succulent piece of meat, right? That's a joke there. Alright, let the burger party commence. Chloe, where are you? Why are you still not here? Me and the other moms rented out your dad's high-end burger restaurant all to ourselves. And the 50 of us are currently in the midst of a party of a lifetime. We ordered so many burgers. I think your dad's meat reserves might run out soon. I don't know why the hell you're taking so long, but you need to hurry up and get here before there's nothing left. I mean, really, how rude. To think the host would stand up her guests like this. Your hospitality could seriously use some work. Another round of burgers just arrived. Now that gets my juices flowing. Chloe? You didn't end up coming at all in the end. I'm so disappointed in you. What's worse, you didn't even reply to a single one of my messages. Tell me, dear, who exactly do you think you are? And what do you think gives you the right to behave so despicably? Oh well, what do I care? This is your dad's restaurant. And, just as we agreed at the start, I'm going to tell them you'll be the one footing the bill. Alright, I think I'll treat myself to the single most expensive burger on the menu, followed by 3 luxurious desserts to finish up.
Huh? What is this?
Chloe? There you are. I was just about to message you. Won't you be a darling and talk some sense into the blockhead staff at your dad's restaurant?
What are you talking about?
You know, silly. You're going to pay for mine and the girls' magnificent burger party today, just like we agreed. The bill came out to $6,800, but I told the staff it was your treat. Be a dear and pass on the message to your dad so he can let them know, okay?
$6,800?
Well, there were 50 of us, not to mention all the hungry, crying children. It might sound like a lot, but it can't be helped given the circumstances.
50 people?
Yep, I pulled out all the stops for this one. I invited my old friends from high school and told them they could bring their families. Then there's all 12 of my ex-boyfriends, their parents, and of course the usual girls from our mother's meetings and their children.
I somehow feel like this is more than just a regular old mom's meeting.
Forget that. Why didn't you tell your dad about this beforehand, even though we discussed it all in advance? All this trouble could have been avoided if you had just done your job. It's one thing not to show up at the party, but another to completely ignore all of your responsibilities. Do you realize how awkward you've made things for me? The staff are getting all worked up about the bill now because of your negligence. I told them several times that the owner's daughter would be covering the bill, but they're insisting the owner only has a son.
Can you hold on a minute, please? I need to read through all the messages you sent.
Huh? What the? You mean you haven't been reading them at all?
You sent them all while I was on a long international flight. So there was no Wi-Fi, and my phone was turned off the whole time. When I turned it back on just now, it blew up with notifications.
Wait, what? You were on a plane?
Karen, I just got done reading through your messages.
Fantastic. Do you understand now? In that case, you need to hurry up and explain the situation to Daddy restaurant owner as soon as possible.
That high-end burger joint? Is it the one that's a few minutes walk away from the southern exit of Floppadoop Station?
Yes! Are you kidding me? It's your own father's restaurant, you silly girl. Surely you don't need me to confirm the address. Whatever. Just hurry up and let them know what's going on so we can leave and put this ridiculous situation behind us.
The owner of that burger joint isn't my dad. He's my ex-father-in-law.
Huh? Your ex-father-in-law?
Yes. The owner of that restaurant is my ex-husband's dad.
Huh? Wait, I don't even... Your ex-husband's dad?
Yep, we divorced half a year ago. Didn't I tell you? Part of the reason I stopped being able to come to the get-togethers as much was because I couldn't afford to get by as a stay-at-home housewife anymore, which is why I ended up finding full-time work. I'm pretty sure I did already tell you this.
Wait, what? Are you serious? You told me that? Whatever, none of this matters. Father, father-in-law, ex-father-in-law, it's all the same in the end. You just need to give him a call, tell him you'll cover the bill, and make this all go away. And you'll do that, won't you, darling?
What? Pay the bill yourself.
But you promised to cover everything for us.
You should already know this, but at no point in the chat logs that I just went over did I make anything resembling a promise to cover the bill. Not even close.
Well, this is all your fault for not checking your phone. If you had just read my messages, none of this would be happening.
It's impossible to receive messages from 30,000 feet in the air, Karen. What do you think I am, a magician? Besides, even when I landed, I was so busy with the preparations for my business trip that I only used my work phone, which means I only just got around to turning my own phone back on. No matter how you look at it, there's no way any conversation that transpired between us could be interpreted as me consenting to pay a $6,800 bill at my ex-father-in-law's restaurant.
No. Wait a second. There has to be some kind of arrangement we can come to here. Chloe, are you in a different country now?
Yep. I'm in Canberra, Australia. Why?
Liar!
In any case, the reason I divorced my husband is because my in-laws were bullying me. You're dreaming if you seriously think I'd reach out to my scumbag ex-father-in-law over something this absurd.
Then who's going to cover this $6,800 bill?
I don't know. Pay it yourself?
There's no way I can afford to do that.
Well, how about you split it between everyone who showed up then? By my calculations, if there were 50 of you, assuming there were 10 children, that should come to about $170 per person. I doubt they'll be happy about it, but it sure as hell beats paying for everything yourself.
I can't slap my friends in the face like that. I promised them all the whole thing would be free. Besides, everyone went home already.
Oh, I see. Oh well, not my problem.
What?
Now, if you excuse me, I want to get a good night's sleep before tomorrow's business meeting. I won't be replying to your messages anymore.
No, wait! We're not done here. What am I supposed to do now? Seriously, I'm screwed if you don't help me. God damn you, Chloe. Do you have any idea how much crap I had to go through over these last few days because of you? My friends who came to the party burst out laughing at me when I told them what happened. And now none of them are speaking to me. And it's all because of you. I mean, it's not like there's any lasting damage. Because my husband paid the bill after a few carefully chosen words and a flutter of eyelashes. But still, you caused me a major pain in the ass. Mark my words, woman. I will be sending you a charge for that $6,800. So you better prepare yourself. You either pay or there'll be hell to pay. Do I make myself clear?
Hey, Karen. I don't think this is the time to be making empty threats.
Empty threats? Oh, believe me, you tragically deluded moron. You will be paying me.
My dad says your husband's fired.
Huh? Your dad? What are you talking about? Do you mean your real dad this time?
Yeah.
Why would your real dad be involved now?
Your husband works for Viral Cheesecakes, right?
Wait, what? How do you know that?
Because I work there too. And because my dad's the CEO.
The CEO?
Now, bearing that in mind, I have a question for you. Do you know how your husband managed to get a hold of the $6,800 he paid for the bill at the burger restaurant a few days ago?
He told me he took it out of his savings from back when he was single.
I see. So he didn't tell you the rest then?
The rest? What's that supposed to mean?
I guess I have no choice but to tell you myself. Don't worry. I have my dad's permission to discuss everything I'm about to tell you. What do you think your husband planned on doing after paying the bill?
What do you mean?
He tried to claim that $6,800 on company expenses.
What?
I'm sure even you understand that a party at a burger restaurant isn't an appropriate use of company expenses. When one of the employees in the accounting department realized what your husband was trying to do and reported him to HR, it occurred to them this might not be the first time he's misappropriated company expenses. Upon being summoned to a disciplinary meeting to explain himself, he confessed to everything. Your husband has been falsely claiming on company expenses for the last 2 years for things that don't even exist.
What?
Apparently, he tried to pull the wool over their eyes by mixing in the receipt from the burger joint in with a bunch of receipts from the business trip he went on last week. But with the amount of money being so outrageously high, obviously someone picked up on it. There's no way that your husband could have ended up with that receipt by accident. So the only reasonable explanation here is that the two of you were willfully attempting to defraud the company.
Is that why you just said he's fired?
The official investigation is still underway, which means the official announcement still hasn't been made. But this is textbook misappropriation of funds. It's written as clear as day in the terms of employment on the contract he signed when he started working for us, that doing so would make him liable for instant dismissal. So it's safe to say he's pretty much guaranteed to get fired when the investigation's over.
Oh my God! Is this really happening? This is bad! This is bad! This is bad! This is bad! Oh, what am I supposed to do now? Ugh!
And why are you asking me?
Because this was all your fault to begin with.
Don't blame me, Karen. You're the only one responsible for this.
What?
I told you why I couldn't make it to the moms' meetings anymore. But you couldn't just take what I said at face value, could you? Your ego was so bruised, you went out of your way to try and get your own back on me by renting the most expensive burger joint in town to throw a party for your friends and forcing me to pay for it. I didn't make a single reply to your deranged slew of messages, but still, in spite of that, you somehow managed to convince yourself I'd promised to pay. Then, as an unforeseen circumstance of your shenanigans, your husband was found to be stealing from my dad's company. So go on, Karen, tell me, which part of the story includes me doing anything wrong?
Because you stopped coming to our friendly get-togethers.
How many times do I have to tell you? I already told you why I couldn't make it anymore.
Well, it was still your fault.
We're just going around in circles now. I'm done with this conversation.
No, wait, Chloe, please, you have to help me. I'm screwed.
Not my problem. I'm pretty busy myself, you know. Your husband revealed some glaring flaws in our security procedures. So me and the rest of the executives at Viral Cheesecakes have to strengthen our systems to make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
So what? What's your point?
My point is that I don't have any time to waste on the likes of you.
What?
Goodbye, Karen. After that, when we finished assembling the evidence dossier providing beyond doubt Karen's husband's misappropriation of funds, we sent him a bill for the entire sum he'd stolen. Luckily for him, he dodged prison when his parents jumped in to save his ass by covering the initial payment, before forcing him to work 14-hour per day shifts at a friend's company in order to pay them back. Before long, he divorced Karen and cut all ties with her. As for their kids, they were temporarily taken in by some relatives, but I heard they'll both be getting put up for adoption soon. And that's the story of how Karen ended up all on her own. Rumor has it that her parents pulled a vanishing act in the middle of the night 10 years ago to escape the hell that was living in the same house as their argumentative bitch queen of a daughter. Which means that, in the absence of a family home to go to, Karen's still living in the same city. Somehow or other, despite having hardly any money to her name, she managed to find herself a rundown apartment in a part of town with all the hookers and crack dens. Hilariously, even her neighbors there don't trust her, and her existence as a social pariah continues. At least she has the cockroaches investing her new apartment to keep her company. Occasionally, an old friend who lives nearby sends me reports of an emaciated, worn-out-looking Karen, aimlessly wandering around town with a bottle of whiskey, while sobbing uncontrollably.
Hey babe, I just tried calling, but your phone went straight to voicemail, so I'm guessing it's dead or you're busy or something. Anyway, if you get this message, I just wanted to let you know that I finished work early today. My boss overstaffed the place, so I said I'd go home to even out the numbers. So I'm heading home, and I guess I'll see you when I get there, or if you're out, I'll see you when you get there. Oh, also, because we've got like the whole day, maybe we can go out and do something, just the two of us. It's been a while since we've just been spontaneous and done something fun. I was thinking maybe we could head to the beach, maybe take a picnic with us or something. Well, let me know once you've read this message. I love you, and I'll see you soon.
Derek, how dare you do that? Do you even understand how rude you just were? Derek?
Derek, man, I'm so sorry you had to find out like that. I swear, I never wanted you to get hurt or nothing, man. You didn't want me to get hurt? Well, then maybe you shouldn't have slept with my wife. Look, it's not like I planned for this to happen. I especially didn't think you'd barge in on us, like you did, which was extremely rude and awkward, by the way. Oh, I'm sorry. Next time I'll knock and let you know that I'll wait for you downstairs, shall I? Maybe I'll even bring a bottle of wine or something so we can all have a big laugh about it, yeah? Jeez, there's no reason for you to be so sarcastic. I'm not trying to be rude to you, am I? Mate, with all intended offense, just get lost. I think I'm allowed to feel angry and upset at the fact that I just discovered my wife cheating on me with who I thought was my best friend. Okay, yeah, I get that, but come on, it's not like you were the best husband, were you? What do you mean by that? Well, I told me all about how you would never buy her the things she wanted or take her to the places she wanted to go. It was kind of selfish of you, don't you think? Plus, you would, like, never be spontaneous or romantic for her. A life like that can get kind of boring. Wow, okay. Not that I have to explain anything to the likes of you, but I did buy Violet, or Vi, as you apparently like to call her, lots of things that she wanted. I also took her to lots of places on days out and weekend getaways and the like. The things that she's on about to you, the items and the vacations she wants, are all massively expensive. Brands like Louis Vuitton or Gucci, and holidays to the Seychelles and places like Dubai or Bora Bora. That's what she's on about when she's complaining to you. And if I could get her those things and take her to those places, I would in a heartbeat. However, in case you haven't noticed, I'm not exactly rolling in money, am I? I simply can't afford to do that. As for it being spontaneous and romantic, I'm always asking her if she'd like to go away for little mini breaks, and I'm always buying her little gifts like flowers or chocolates or stuff like that. Yeah, but that's not really what she wants. Maybe if you actually try to do something with your life and instead of working a simple, low-paying 9-to-5 job, you'd actually be able to keep your wife loyal. Instead, she's had to go and find someone who will actually treat her right. Oh, it worked out for me, so thanks for that. Really, you're a builder, Joe, not a millionaire playboy. Don't make more than you, though, which is all that matters as it keeps Vi happy. You know what? I'm done talking to you. I can't believe I ever thought you were my friend. Like, I never want to hear from you again. Got it? Don't you think that's a bit childish? I mean, really. You're gonna call me mean and go cry to mommy next? Nah, I'm just gonna block you. Huh? Oh, wow. Real mature, Derek.
Derek, stop ignoring me and answer.
What, Violet? Can't you understand that I don't want to talk to you right now, not after what you've done?
Well, ignoring it isn't going to make this whole situation go away. I just can't believe you were so rude to me and Joseph, though.
What?
Well, just barging in on us like that, and then you went and threw Joseph out of the house with just his boxers on. I mean, that was an incredibly horrible thing to do. You don't just do that to people.
Violet, I had every right to do that. You were both going behind my back in the worst way possible. You're my wife. How could you just do that to me?
Well, I mean, is it really that difficult to understand why?
What do you mean?
Ugh, fine. I'll spell it out for you. You were just so incredibly boring and dull. And that would be okay if you had money, because then I could go off and entertain myself by going shopping or having spa days or whatever, but you're not even rich. I mean, honestly, what kind of idiotic woman would actually want to stay with a penniless, boring loser who can't even afford to buy his wife a diamond necklace, just to show that he loves her? You really should have seen this coming.
If you hate me so much, why'd you bother agreeing to marry me in the first place?
Well, I thought that maybe you would rise in the ranks of your job to a high-paying position. Then I could have had the lifestyle that I want.
So, you were literally only with me for the money?
Yeah, pretty much.
You are seriously unbelievable. After everything I've done for you, I gave up the chance to go traveling and have an actual adventure simply because you said it would be better to get a job so that we could get a house and settle down. You knew that it was my dream to do that, to see the world. I even asked you to come with me. How's that for spontaneity? If I'd known that you were only bothered in being with me to earn money for you to spend, I'd have gone traveling in a heartbeat.
And if I had known that you would just remain a lowly, underpaid loser, I wouldn't have bothered wasting my time being with you. Joseph at least has a high-paying job. I'll be able to afford a nice, comfortable life with him.
Oh yeah? So, is this you saying you're officially leaving me then?
Well, duh. I'm not going to be staying with you now that you know everything, am I?
No, you definitely aren't.
Precisely. Anyway, I'm not just leaving you. I'm divorcing you.
Well, at least we can both agree that we want that to happen as soon as possible.
Uh-huh. Oh, but just so you know, I'm keeping the house.
I don't think you are.
It's my house.
Actually, I'm the one who's been paying the mortgage and all the bills, so it's actually mine.
I don't think so. The courts will definitely side with me on this one. You know, being the woman and all. They won't throw me out into the streets. Especially because I have no job. They'll let me keep the house whilst you continue to pay for it. LOL.
You really think they'll do that?
Yep. My friend Charlotte did the exact same thing as me, and she got to keep her husband's house. He's still paying for it now, and she gets alimony off of him. It's like the perfect way to have a luxurious lifestyle without having to lift a finger.
You're a horrible woman, and I can't believe I didn't see it before. All those years, trying to please you and make you happy, and you couldn't have cared less about me.
Pretty much. Let's face it, you're not the brightest crayon in the pack, are you? I've been cheating on you with Joe for at least 4 months now, and you didn't even notice. It's kind of sad, really.
4 months?
Anyway, I'm going to go now. Just thought I'd let you know that I've locked you out of the house, so don't even bother trying to get back in.
At least let me get some clothes and some of my things.
Tough luck. You're not stepping another foot in my house ever again. I'll put your things on the sidewalk at some point. If you want them, you better be quick to get them.
Violet, don't be so horrible. You've already cheated on me. Isn't that enough? Do you really have to go so far as to be so cruel in regards to my things?
In all honesty, it's just funny to me to see what a pitiful loser you are.
Whatever. I'll be by later to get my things. If you don't let me in, I'll call the house and claim that you're trespassing and squatting in my home.
Ugh, fine. You can get some clothes. You always have to ruin my fun, don't you? It's just one of the reasons why I cheated on you.
Well, thanks for letting me know. Real helpful feedback. Look, just leave me alone, okay? I'm upset and I just really don't want to talk to you right now. I don't want to end up saying something that I don't mean.
Geez, even when you've been cheated on, you're boring. Won't fight back or argue or anything. It's pathetic.
Whatever, I'm going. I'll be by to pick up some of my things in a bit. Seriously, Violet? I'm gone for like a week and you moved Joseph into my house? That's not your house to decide to do that. It's my house, so I get to decide who lives in it and who doesn't. I let you have it for now so that you can sort yourself somewhere new to live, despite everything you've done to me. I'm still a gentleman and I wanted to give you a chance to find a new home. But instead, you decided to move the very person you cheated on me with into my home?
I've already told you, when our divorce goes to court, I'll be granted pretty much everything that you own, including the house. So it's basically my house now anyway, LOL. That means I can invite whoever I want to live with me in it, and you can't say anything about it.
On paper, that house is mine. I've been patient enough with you. I want you to get all your things and Joseph can get all of his, and I want you both out by tomorrow evening.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. This is my home and I'm staying right here. It's the least that I'm owed for marrying you. I had hoped that by now you'd have been a rich and successful man who I could have had at least half the money off of. But you're not, so house is what I'll have to settle for.
Well, you won't be getting if I have anything to say about it. I mean, you haven't met my lawyer, have you?
Huh?
Don't worry about it. You'll find out soon. See you in court.
When I see you there, you'll be blubbering like a baby when the judge gives me everything you own. I'll make sure to bring my camera so I can remember the occasion.
Bunny, I was about to say the same thing to you.
Oh, please. You're just all talk. You won't actually do anything to me because you simply don't have the courage to do so. You'll just moan and whine, but ultimately, I'll win. Because I'm smarter and better than you in every way. I'll even lie if I have to. You know I can fake cry, so I'll just use that and make you look like the bad person. Then when I've won the house, I'll use the money I've won from you as well to completely renovate it to how me and Joseph would like it. How funny will that be? LOL.
Yeah, keep dreaming. It's not gonna happen.
We'll see. Though for now, it looks like you'll have to go back home to mommy and daddy. LOL.
Well, they're much nicer and kinder than you've ever been, so I don't really see how that's a loss for me.
What was that?
What was what?
That, in the court. You never told me that your lawyer was my ex-boyfriend.
Oh, it must have slipped my mind. Whoops.
Whoops. How come I never knew? Since when did Adam become a lawyer? I never would have broken up with him had I known he was actually going to become one and earn lots of money. Now he thinks I'm just a horrible, gold-digging woman who only goes after men with money so that I can take it for myself.
But that's what you are.
I am not.
You tried to take everything I owned simply because you could. To try and make my life miserable because you thought it would be funny? I think that qualifies you as a horrible gold-digging woman. Good job you didn't get a single dollar of my stuff, though. You didn't see that coming.
That's another thing. It's not fair. I don't care what the court says. You owe me at least half of your things and the house. I lived in that house with you as your wife, so I just legally get half of it.
You can't legally have a house. What? Would you stay upstairs and I'd stay downstairs? Somehow, I don't think that would work.
You know what I mean. You should sell the house and give half of the money to me.
Not likely. Did you know that Adam is one of the best lawyers in the city? When I first asked him to help me out, the price he gave me was way too high. I was gonna have to find a different lawyer, more in my price range, but when he learned who I was divorcing, well, he halved his price just so he could help me out. Funny how you've brought two people together, isn't it?
But why would he do that?
Well, apparently, I'm not the only guy you've tried to extort money from. Adam said that you also expected money off of him. At the time, he was only a first year in college, so he didn't really know what to do. You told him you had photos of him that he wouldn't want getting out into the public, and that if he didn't give you his car, he would soon be kicked out of college because of them. Funnily enough, when you do that to someone, they often want to get a little bit of payback, and helping me was his. He was determined not to give you a dollar of my money or any of my things, and thanks to you and your boyfriend being so honest in our conversations about how you've been going behind my back for quite a while, we were able to make a pretty solid case. So, thank you very much for that.
Oh, get lost. It's not fair. I never thought you'd be able to use those conversations in court. I thought that they would just have to go on testimonials.
Well, then maybe you should have done a bit of research beforehand, yeah? Anyway, according to the judge, you have 24 hours to get your stuff and get out of my house. The both of you, and if it isn't left in the state that I left it in, meaning not messy or destroyed or anything like that, I'm allowed to call the police for destruction of property and whatnot. So if you want to make a mess, just remember, everyone knows who was in that house before I moved back in, and they can fine you a lot of money to pay for the repairs.
They can't do that.
Actually, they can.
I can't believe you've done this to me. It's not fair.
Well, I'm afraid that's life. Anyway, I'm gonna go and celebrate my win. Not only did I not have to pay you a single dollar, but I no longer have to stay married to such a horrible woman.
But now that I've lost this divorce, Joseph said that he doesn't want to be with me anymore. He said that he's worried I'll try and do the same thing to him.
Well then, looks like he's got a few wits about him. I wouldn't have put it past you to do that.
Well, I've got nowhere to go, so maybe we can just give our relationship another go? I mean, I could stay at home and we could go to a couples therapy thing?
No way. I'm really not fussed what you do now, but it for sure won't be staying with me. You show me your true colors, and I'm not about to put myself back in that horrible situation. I'm done with you. For good.
No, you can't do that. Only I can decide if our relationship is over, not you.
Well, tough. I've decided that you and I are done. I don't want anything to do with you from this point on. Goodbye, Violet. I hope you have a good life, but it won't be involving me. After that, I blocked Violet from all of my social media apps. I didn't want to hear from her ever again. I was able to move back into my house, which was left in the exact same condition that I left it in. It's been difficult getting used to being on my own again, but I'm slowly getting back to normal. I'm not ready to start dating again, as what Violet did to me left a big mark. But I'm happy focusing on me for the time being and making myself happy. As for Violet, last I heard, she tried scamming another man by marrying him and then trying to take all of his money. But from what I know, it backfired and she ended up having to pay him. Sometimes karma really is the best revenge.